Luncheon. The event itself is fundraising for a mentally fit future and has been truly remarkable, being a sold-out event currently as we stand here. I'm currently joined here by Kelly, who works with Gotcha for Life. First of all, just tell us what it's all about.
So Gotcha for Life is all about building meaningful mateship and getting people to start that conversation around building their mental fitness. So we don't really hear that term all too often. We hear the mental health term, which is, it's still relevant out there, but we find that sometimes that can have a little bit of a negative connotation to it. It sort of takes us to that clinical approach. But we talk about mental fitness just like your physical fitness. So, if people wanted to start working on their physical fitness, they'd maybe start eating a bit better, look to do some more exercise, things like that. We kind of know what we need to do to work on our physical fitness. Well, we want to shift that for our mind. Let's not worry a lot. Way too much. We lose too many lives to suicide in this country every day. 7 men, 2 women every day. The stats are quite harrowing and they are quite confronting. But if we talk about mental fitness and we, just give people some of those tools on how to stick your hand up to say, hey, I'm not okay, and do that early on and seek that help early on before we're at critical point, we're going to have a much better mateship and culture environment, everywhere in Australia as much as we can.
Yeah, so truly a really important cause, and the fact that it's a sold-out event today just speaks testament to the fact that it's pretty important and people take this sort of stuff seriously. What can we expect from today's event?
So you'll hear from our charity founder, Gus Warland. He's quite impactful when he talks about line in the sand time. We actually have to take action. We can talk about this as much as we sort of want. Our awareness is really good. COVID really brought that to the forefront. But now we actually have to take action. And it's not, I'm not okay, I need to do something about it. That is a big part of it, but we also need to be better at, hey, I am okay, but I'm going to work on my mental fitness, because when the hurdles of life do come at me, I'm going to be better equipped to handle those, and I'm going to reach out to someone in my village to say, hey, this is hard, whatever might be happening, or I'm struggling at the moment. Can we go for a chat? Can we go for a coffee? Can we go for a walk together? That kind of thing. You'll hear from Maroon and a couple of other boys, Brian Fletcher and James Graham. But the whole theme is basically going to be around mateship and who's your village? Who are those people around you that's got you for life, basically?
So truly a pretty important cause, Kelly. Thank you for your time.
Thanks
and all
so
the
much.
best today.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to be able to speak to a couple more guests today. As mentioned, we've got a couple big speakers, including Fletcher and James Graham. Let's see if we can get... Would you down for a quick interview?
No, I'm only doing the...
When available, Anthony? We're going to hope to speak with Anthony Maroon shortly once he's finished speaking to Fletch. As you can see, though, previously mentioned, it's a sold-out event down here at Bankstown RSL. It kicks off at 12 p.m. We've gotten here early to speak to a couple of the guests as they line up and prepare. A couple of important guest speakers as well. We're going to hope to hear about, as mentioned earlier, the importance of mental health, not just physical, but the overall importance, given that so many men and women lose their lives to suicide on a yearly basis. It's pretty alarming, and the fact that it's a sold-out event only speaks volume to the fact that people are starting to take this sort of cause seriously and only want the best for those around them.
I just said, you're in that booth there, mate. What's our booth, Kel? Young Joseph.
Nice to meet you.
How are you, brother?
You
got what's that you got? Oh, right.
Just another badge.
No worries.
So, how are you doing today, Anthony?
I'm great, Joseph, and good to talk to you, mate, as always.
Appreciate it. So, as I spoke to Kelly before, she told us about what the event's about and the importance of it all. What can you say is the overall importance of mental health, specifically men's mental health?
Oh, look, I think it's wonderful how in the last decade, we've been having those conversations, and it's in no small way thanks to a bloke by the name of Gus Warland, the man behind Gotcha for Life. Gus always makes the point too that he'll make today. It's not always about us looking for the signs, but if you're not feeling mentally well, that you come and tell somebody. It's all about having those discussions. I know I'm 58 years old. I know that friends of mine will now openly say when they don't feel mentally well, whereas going back to my father, he would never have that discussion.
So you obviously speak on the fact that the stigma surrounding mental health has changed pretty drastically from when your father was around to now. What can you say is important? Has it changed for the positive, and what sort of parts about that have benefited you personally?
Well, I think certainly for me, it's meant that I will open up and say what's on my mind, and whether that means I go and consult a good friend, go and consult my wife, who's I've been with for 40 years, and a problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. So, and often you think, oh, this is ridiculous, until you tell someone and they put it in perspective. So I urge any male, specifically because we're talking about males today, for God's sake, if you're worrying about something, you've got to be able to confide in somebody. And the other thing I would say, Joseph, is I'm a big believer in the connection between your mental health and your physical health. So I'm a guy that likes to train, to gym 5 times a week. Get in the gym, have a routine about your life, share your problems, keep a clean house. And by that I mean just make sure you've got a clear head, and if you need to share with somebody, just to get it off your chest, do it.
Easy. I totally agree with all those words. Anthony?
God bless you, brother. And
you too.
Nice to have you and Shubs here once again doing a professional job.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's our MC for the evening, for the morning, I should say. We're going to hopefully speak to Brian Fletcher now. Can I get you for a quick interview?
Of course you can, bro.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm currently joined with Brian Fletcher, one of the speakers today. First of all, just tell us what the men's mental health means for you.
Oh, look, I don't think there's too many people out there who haven't been touched by mental health, whether it be yourself or friends. I certainly have. So it's just about awareness, more so about young men, speaking about it. Obviously, we don't forget about the girls, but it's, the research shows that young men are very more vulnerable, and it's quite harder for them to speak up about issues like this. So we've done a few of these events. So
it's very tough. People don't that sort of perspective. You're kind of meant to hold up this guard of looking as strong as possible at all times. I know from my own experience. What can you say? Has there been a change in stigma specifically around the sport of rugby league in regards to men's mental health?
Definitely, 1,000,000%. I suppose not only rugby league, just the generation now. Social media has been a big part. Some's been negative, obviously, but some's also been positive. When you see ambassadors and them talking about their struggles, famous people, celebrities. So, it certainly has changed since I've been playing. When I since retired, and it's great. I think the numbers are still way too high for young males in suicide. So, if you are struggling out there, just know that there's people like you, so you can get out and you can speak to people. And Gus here, obviously, he's got the Gotcha for Life, and he's doing amazing things.
Yeah, Brian, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Good on you, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, bud.
Then I hope to speak to a couple more people, just get the overall thoughts on the night, the day itself, and their thoughts on men's mental health. Good, man. Would you be down for a quick interview?
Yeah, why not?
So just feel free to introduce yourself and why you're here today at the Gotcha for Life luncheon.
No worries, my name's Daniel. I'm the director of the Risby Workers Club, and we're here to support the charity and the event today.
Awesome. And so this event, obviously, large focal point on mental health. What can you say is important specifically around men's mental health, and have you had any personal experiences that brought you here today?
Yeah, look, I haven't had any sort of personal experiences myself, but through my work in the community and local sporting organisations, we do find it is, something that's out there in the community, and, over recent years, a lot of people have struggled with mental health. Here to support and reach out to those that are in need.
Of course, and overall, what do you hope to expect and learn from today, from a couple of the guest speakers we've got?
Look, I think just continued information around how everyone else can support those that are suffering with mental health. I think that's what it's all about, is a further understanding and what we can do to support everyone within our community.
Of course. Easy. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Hey, Wally. Are we able to get you for an interview?
Here is this person to talk.
So,
You have to talk about the event.
just what you guys are expecting from today, what you're expecting a game from it, for the speakers, all that sort of stuff.
Probably best from a guy considering it's
Wally.
Go ahead, Cheryl. Go ahead.
I mean, we can do all four.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. So I'm currently joined here by Wally. How you doing today?
Fantastic. It's a beautiful day. And we're here at the Bankstown RSL supporting local charities and bringing the community and the business community together.
Of course. And so this today, main focal point is men's mental health. What can you say is the overall importance of it and the changing stigma?
Look, it's important for a man because as men and as a male person as well, ego, pride, all that kind of thing, it's important to us as a human being. So it's important that we sort of have the courage to come forward and talk about any kind of issues and speak up. There's a lot of support. So we can't shy away, we can't hide. We need to come forward, step up, and there's a lot of support. Today is a good example.
For sure, I totally agree. The overall importance of today and the fact that it's a sold-out event only speaks volume to the overall importance that people take towards men's mental health. What would you be able to say? So the day is obviously focused around men's mental health, but that doesn't mean that women's isn't just as important. What do you expect to gain from today, particularly from the guest speakers?
It would be great to hear from them, understand from their perspective from how we can support the men as well in their mental health journey. It's very important as women who are beside our husbands, behind our brothers, behind our colleagues like Wally or any other person, that we're there for them and help them understand that it's okay to have a few struggles, but we're there to support and keep an open mind.
Of course, I totally agree. Thank you for your time.
Pleasure.
Enjoy the luncheon.
Thank you so much.
Where's the auction? The auction.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, find your seats. We'll be getting underway right on time, so please come on in.
So the event itself obviously is also going to have an auction involved. As you can see, some of the things going up for sale across the right-hand side, all proceeds will be going to charity. And I'm joined here by the man himself, Gus. Talk to me about what this event means for you and the overall importance of it. It's a sold-out event, so you've done a great job today.
Oh, I guess for us, you're just trying to, do the right thing. The girls that asked us, and Kelly and Gus, that asked us to try and help them raise $30,000 for programs to help mental health through schools, and we thought, well, look, we'll see how we go.
Yeah, so we also had the opportunity to speak to Kelly. She told us about the overall importance of men's mental health, having that village and that place to support yourself. You've also mentioned the money being raised. We've got all these items up for auction. What can you tell us about some of the main pieces going up?
Oh, like I guess some of them are unique. I mean, if you look at, there's an Andrew Johns one there, there's an Immortal, there's a Magic Johnson item there. I mean, some of them are quite unique. They've been added to the day today, and again, there's reserves on them, but hopefully we can sell them and make some money.
Awesome. And from everyone I spoke to, they're absolutely stoked about the fact that you've hosted this event.
Yeah, it's good fun.
They're proud of it. What can you tell me about the overall importance for Gotcha for Life? What got it started and what does it mean to you?
Well, I think it originally got started simply because Gus has had a friend who had mental illness, and I'm not sure whether he committed suicide or not, but it was just the notion, well, it probably is all right to talk about it. It is all right to say good day. It is all right to see if you're going all right. And I guess just trying to educate probably at a younger age, but it's all right.
Yeah, of course.
So good day, there you go.
Thank you for your time.
Love you, Bernie.
How are you?
I can't do this at the moment. I've got to catch up with someone.
That's all good. So the event's starting to fill up. People across all. Probably just going to wrap it up right now. So the event's filling up. As mentioned before, it's a sold-out event. There's going to be items going up for auction that all proceeds will go towards helping charity. This is Bankstown RSL, Joseph Sayoun, Oz Arab Media.